So we are now in Whistler, British Columbia, Canada. 2 hours on the awesome Sea to Sky Highway from Vancouver by car, past Squamish, up the epic, globally known resort that is known as Whistler Blackcomb. That transfer can as easily be done by car or by transfer bus from the airport or from the city itself. This really is one resort that likely sits on so many skiers' bucket lists around the world, and to be fair, for good reason. This video is going to tell you all about the skiing, the village, the fabulous Four Seasons Hotel, as well as our recommendations for places to eat, Après, and we're also going to take you on a couple of very cool non-ski activities you can do while you're staying in Whistler. First up, let's take a look at the fabulous Four Seasons Hotel. There is no two ways about it. There is something for everybody when it comes to staying in Whistler, from condos to mid-range hotels. But if you really want to splash out and have an absolutely mega time, check this place out behind us. This is the Four Seasons Resort in Whistler. It's the base of Blackcomb, and it is quite stunning. Incredible staff, those sort of people that are super helpful without getting on your nerves, which is quite a fine art as far as I'm concerned. Fantastic breakfast in the tavern that they've got here. It really is a spectacular breakfast with everything you could want for, and on Easter Sunday even a roasted turkey, which was quite something to face on a breakfast morning. Brilliant location. You can walk into the village in 10 minutes. They do have a shuttle bus if you can't be bothered with a walk, but we've been using it to walk off some of the immense food we've been eating while we've been in Whistler. It's got every facility you can think of, from a huge games room with table tennis and air hockey and all that for the kids. You've got a gym and a spa and big pool and multiple hot tubs as well, all outdoor, with a bar next door as well. It is a stunning location, a stunning hotel, and fantastic service. I can't speak highly enough of it. And obviously in a great location. I guess if you want to be right in the village, then that's the only criticism you could have, is the fact that it's not in the village. But for us, we love that walk in the evening, to go through the woods and over the river to walk into town. It's really, really nice indeed. They do have the shuttle. It runs every few minutes. You're never going to be far away from a shuttle, and in fact you can track it live on an app as well. So if you happen to miss one, you're probably maximum 10 minutes waiting for a shuttle to bring you to and from the hotel. So, and the other great thing is they do have the ski concierge right at the bottom of the slope, so you're never carrying your skis or walking in your boots. You're literally a 3-4 minute walk away from the hotel. Check into the ski concierge and they'll have your boots and your skis waiting for you, so even that is no hassle at all. So, and as you're driving, as you can see behind me, they've got underground parking as well, valet parking as you'd expect at a hotel like this. Beautifully surrounded, got fantastic grounds, fantastic fairy lights in all the trees. It really does give you that real magical feeling when you turn up to the Four Seasons at Whistler. We're staying in one of the junior suites, really nice. You get a big lounge, a big double bedroom, and a large bathroom with a smaller bathroom and toilet as well off the lounge area. So plenty of other options in Whistler as well. So if you want to stay in a condo, there are plenty of condos, and on Creekside I think you can save a little bit of money that side as well. There's plenty of mid-range hotels as well, so if you don't want to be spending as much money, then obviously you have got plenty of options here as well. Whether it be at Whistler Village or at Creekside or on the Blackcomb side, you can make your own decisions. You can see the bus has just turned up. I've waited about 3 minutes. You can see the bus pulling in, ready to pick us up now. And they're so helpful if you want restaurant ideas, places to eat, places to go out, or Après. They've got every suggestion you could possibly ask for, so you just jump in that bus and they can tell you everything you possibly need. We're going to go and jump in now. We're heading into town to see what we might want to eat tonight, so we will check in a bit later. By any measure, this is the largest ski resort in North America and has the greatest uphill lift capacity of them all. Blackcomb Mountain, originally a separate entity, and the two resorts became almost rivals throughout the 80s and 90s, with constant upgrades to try and better one another all the way along. But by the mid-1990s, they won the bid with Vancouver to host the 2010 Winter Olympics. And in 2016, Vale Resorts bought them, and that's when all the investment came in, and so did many skiers and mountain lovers. And the skiing is fantastic. It's Easter time, and we're in a powder day today, skiing through snow up to our knees. Generally it was incredible, so we've been super lucky with the snow conditions. Without doubt, people's bucket list destination, Whistler. It's a huge destination, a huge pair of mountains and a lot of great skiing, and it's definitely worth carrying on watching to see what that skiing is like. But in the meantime, we're going to go and have a good look around Whistler Village. So in case you haven't spotted already, the village is that it's completely pedestrianised, a meandering pathway connecting dozens of great bars, hundreds of restaurants, coffee shops, great shopping, galleries and plenty more. There's loads to do here. The upper village is colour-coded orange on the maps and is the base of Blackcomb Mountain. The village centre colour-coded red is the base of Whistler Mountain, and blue is Village North, the Olympic Plaza. The great thing is the whole thing is pedestrianised, so you don't get any of the traffic. Kids can run around and have a good time in complete safety, and teens can get some much needed freedom. There's an interactive map on the app as well, and whistler.com, or you can pick up a map at the visitor centre as well. It's just one of those places that has a great vibe about it, lots of Après going on. I would recommend that if you are coming here during the busier times, we're here during Easter holidays, and I would recommend that you book your restaurants in advance, because it can get busy, but you know, there are just dozens and dozens of places to eat, great places to eat, great steaks, great sushi, great pastas, great Italians, absolutely everything on offer. So let's go and see what the rest of the town has got to offer. Whistler Blackcomb. It's consistently ranked the #1 ski resort in North America and probably the world, with more than 8,000 acres of terrain here. Variety is definitely an understatement. There's steeps, deeps, chutes, bowls and glades, superb corduroy and big cruisers for those people that love it, and just superb alpine skiing with gentle rollers, and the numbers speak for themselves. There's a vertical mile drop, 2 side-by-side mountains connected by a pedestrian village, and more than 200 trails, 3 glaciers, 37 lifts and 16 alpine bowls. So Whistler Mountain is on the right when you're looking at the Whistler Blackcomb ski area from the village area. It's got a summit elevation of 2,184 metres and a total vertical drop of 1,500 metres. 4,757 acres of skiable terrain, 19 lifts, 2 gondolas, a bundle of high-speed quad chairs and 4 high-speed 6-packs, and a load of magic carpets too. It also has the amazing peak-to-peak gondola connecting it with the Blackcomb Mountain, something that I remember being installed in 2008 and tracked its progress while it was being built, and I came over here specifically to see that peak-to-peak gondola when it started running. There's also 4 on-hill restaurants this side, as well as the children's ski school area. There's 2 base areas, Whistler Creek, also known as Creekside, and the original base and Whistler Village, the much larger, more commercial area. Then there's Blackcomb Mountain on the left when you're viewing it from the village side. That has a lift serve vertical of 2,240 metres at the top of the 7th Heaven chair. That's the one that runs right near the Fairmont Hotel. Blackcomb Mountain itself is actually slightly higher at 2,440 metres, but unlike Whistler, the peak is not lift served. Blackcomb has a higher skiable vertical at 1,565 metres, with slightly less skiing area at 3,400 acres, but still loads. 15 lifts on this side, 2 gondolas, 6 high-speed quads, a fixed grip triple, and many other surface lifts and carpet lifts as well. So there's plenty to do over on the Blackcomb side as well. Blackcomb's the location of the world-famous Couloir Extreme Run, which is one of the top 10 steep inbound runs in the world, according to Ski Magazine. Funny, I didn't realise there was another ski magazine out there, but there you go. So from the base area, the mountains are accessed via 4 gondolas and 1 high-speed 8-pack. The Blackcomb gondola in Blackcomb Base Upper Village, and the Whistler Creekside gondola to the south, Blackcomb Excalibur, Whistler Mountain Village gondola, and the Fitzsimmons Express in the village. So we're talking a total of 8,171 skiable acres, the largest in North America again, and the overall lift capacity 65,000 skiers per hour. It's the greatest in North America, so a massive number of people to be shifting up the mountain. But with all of that capacity, Whistler Blackcomb is also often the busiest ski resort, often with over 2 million visitors a year. Massive numbers, and I'm sure if you're on social media, you've probably seen some of the queues building up. It's clickbait. There are going to be queues on a powder day on a weekend when everybody's coming up from Vancouver, but those queues soon go down at this sort of upload capacity, and in the end of the day, if you get yourself a ski instructor for the day for a couple $100 between 5 of you, you're going to jump those lift queues to be straight to the front and up the hill. Expectations are high when you come to Whistler, and they're certainly served when you get here. just look at that view behind me. The place is immense, the skiing is fantastic, and whatever level of skier you are, there is plenty here for you to do. So it's the 4th of April, minus 10, and it is snowing hard, as you can probably see. Thank goodness for the Helly Hansen Elevation Pro kit. I didn't think I'd need that this week, and I thought maybe I'd bring some of my spring skiing gear, but my goodness, it is super cold here in Whistler. It's super snowy, great conditions. We've been skiing through snow up to our knees, which is fantastic. We just didn't expect it to be this sort of cold and this wintry. We've been skiing in pretty much powder all day on the piste. I think even they got caught out the amount of snow. Just take a look at this around us. Look at the trees. It's been heavy snow for the last sort of 12 hours and it's back to pretty much winter conditions. It's quite incredible. We've just done peak-to-peak gondola to come over to the Whistler side of the mountain to come and see what it's like over here. But over on the Blackcomb side, it's quiet. The snow conditions, light, fluffy powder snow, not the heavy wet stuff that you would expect at this time of the year. You can't ski to the base, but that's expected at this time of the year. Well, you could, but it's on pretty ropey man-made snow and grass either side, so that wouldn't be worth it. So you just download from the half station down. But overall, the conditions here this week are absolutely fantastic. And you can't come here without going across the peak-to-peak gondola. It's absolutely exceptional. It's world-beating, world-class. This resort often packs 13 metres of snow on average a year because it's right by the coast and gets that storm-swept air gathering moisture as it comes into land. You can find microclimates across the mountain. We've experienced that while we're here. And so it could be a damp or cloudy day in one part of it and suddenly you've got a powdery, gorgeous sunshine area on the hill. So don't be put off if you're down in the village and you see cloud. You can get up high and find that it's really sunny. So for beginners, you've chosen an epic resort to start your ski journey. Good on you. They do offer discount passes for beginners, which gives you access to the Magic Chair on Blackcomb and the Olympic Chair on the Whistler side to perfect some early turns. Once you can link your turns, get up the Whistler side, as it's a little easier that side. Head up to the Eagle Bowl on the Emerald Chair, nice and open with great views, and you really get to experience that big mountain feel. Pony Trail on the Red Chair, also a great one for early beginners. Once you're getting more confident on your skis, head for the Peak Chair, head to the top and take the Burnt Stew Trail. Really mega scenic green run, and it really gets you going all the way down to the Symphony Chair, where you can get back up and take a cat track to the bottom of the Harmony. Very gentle, very cool, really nice for early beginners and early intermediates. Awesome views and a real big mountain feel. If it's a hard-packed day and you really want carving paradise on the Whistler side, head to Ptarmigan or Dave Murray. These are super cool, fast carving corduroys and really a lot of fun. Over on the Blackcomb side, head up Seventh Heaven, also a carver's paradise, or Springboard, also absolutely awesome. Or take Peter Creek, superb cruising, big long carving run right the way down to Creekside. If you're more advanced, there's the Blackcomb Glacier side, which gives that backcountry feel with a pitch of a red one and can connect back to the Crystal Chair. It's a really nice area, especially if conditions are great. Then of course there's some serious steep, crazy terrain that some of the greatest movies have come out of. Steep cliffs, chutes, couloirs, there's no shortage here. Even more on the Blackcomb side. Whistler's known for its wide open skiing, and the pistes here are very, very wide open for early skiers. But there's some amazing tree line skiing too, so if visibility is bad, head to the trees where it's undoubtedly going to be clearer for you. For the best tree skiing, head off Peak Chair towards Red Chair, off the back Harmony. You have Harvey's and Robertson's, or on Blackcomb side, Everglades and Seventh Heaven are also great tree skiing runs. In fact, all the areas of the Crystal Chair are absolutely superb. And unique Whistler has a dozen of incredible alpine bowls. I won't bore you by listing them out, but these big, wide, accessible bowls that most intermediate skiers can manage are what Whistler is really all about. If you want terrain parks, that too is mega, as you'd expect here. Black Park is the biggest park, massive features, and well worth watching some of those freestyle skiers doing some of their massive jumps. The mountain views and vistas are incredible, no two ways about it. Check out the views from Seventh Heaven, which is where I am now. Even if you're not a skier and want to see the views, that pedestrian pass is well worth it. You can head up here and see those incredible views behind me. So buying in advance is undoubtedly the way to go. You can find on the big powder days, there's going to be queues at the bottom. I'm sure you've seen that on social media. In the end of the day, as soon as you're up that mountain, trust me, it's a big area. There's plenty of places to ski, and you're not going to find lift queues anywhere else. The great thing about the Epic Pass, you get access to all those resorts. We also get 20% off food and lodging, group lessons, rentals and more. So you know what? It's definitely worth moving out here just to get used to an Epic Pass to use it to its full potential. They also have the Epic Pass app that gives you hands-on free mobile pass on your phone with real-time resort updates, weather and all that sort of stuff, personalised stats and more at the resort's destinations. One of my super favourites at the bottom of Blackcomb Mountain is Portobello Cafe. It's just at the base of the Fairmont Hotel. Dare I mention it, but it is a fantastic place if you want one of the best sandwiches in the world, but loads of other goodies as well. Loads of cakes and pastries and all sorts in there. Great coffee. And they have the ice hockey playing at the same time. Really, really nice place if you want to just stop off for a big snack. Other places for recommendations to eat: Caramba, really, really nice in the village centre. High's the steakhouse, super, super nice steaks there and not too crazy prices. And if you want the most spectacular array of cakes and coffee, come to Prawbread, just in the village here. It is absolutely stunning. You get tray bakes and cakes and pastries to your heart's content, and fantastic coffee as well, so well worth popping in. Some of the ones that we've eaten in this week include 21 Steps Bar and Kitchen. We had dinner in Earl's as well, which is really great if you just fancy ribs and simple food but a really nice surroundings. Absolutely loads of options in Whistler. Basically whatever you want you can have it, from Japanese and sushi, Mongoli grill, pizza, whatever you fancy. And if you're looking for Après options, the Garibaldi Lift Company at the bottom of Whistler, or Merlin's at the bottom of Blackcomb. Great places if you just fancy a few beers at the end of skiing. Lovely up there at Garibaldi Lift Company. They've got lovely fireside seating as well, and sofas, which is super nice. Obviously plenty of other options as well. There's Longhorn Saloon at the bottom of Whistler, which has plenty going on, and big screen as well. So yeah, plenty of Après options, which is great for Whistler as well. So when in Whistler, plenty of other things to do, and we are today going to go on the Ziptrek Eco Tours. Not sure whether I'm absolutely wetting myself or excited about it, but it's something that has to be done. So many other activities here: skidooing, snowmobiling type stuff, or dog sledding, axe throwing, and of course Ziptrek Eco Tours, which is what we're doing today. So let's see what it's like. Big jump, big jump. Yeah, no one mentioned the springy rope bridge that we had to cross. I thought I was here for zip wiring, but I'm across. And on to the next one. Exactly. Pretty terrified at this moment. I've got this man just hooking me up, and I have to say I'm pretty scared because this is where I'm going. Check that out. Hopefully see you when I get there.
Sorry, tack ska vänta ett tag. Sen ska vi steppa på step down the bike again.
Not looking forward to stepping off.
Right, you good to go, buddy?
Here we go. Woohoo! Oh my word, this is fast. We're heading into Whistler right now. It's pretty damn scary. Woohoo!
Alright, so if you brace yourself there, I'm going to drop you down in 3.
Yeah. Hilarious. I literally can't stop laughing. So I have to say that even for the faint-hearted, it's very cool indeed. I'm definitely not the man for heights, and you are high, and there are other people on this same tour with us that are also scared of heights, but it's mega fun, I have to say. And it's fast, it's quite furious, but it's very, very cool indeed. So I would highly recommend it. Ziptrek Eco Tours in Whistler Blackcomb, definitely look it up because it's a lot of fun, and the guys are absolutely great looking after people, especially if people are a little bit nervous, which is excellent. And you get a bit of tree walking, the views are incredible, and yeah, it's quite a magnificent experience, gotta be honest. Cannonball.
Then I'm fine.
So we've come along to Vallea Lumina. There's a whole sort of entranceway with s'mores and hot chocolates and all lit up, and it's quite an incredible light show and sound show at Vallea Lumina. It's about a 15-minute drive outside of Whistler Village. It takes about 35 minutes to walk around, and super fun. Superb river that runs right the way through the middle of it, and it's all really cleverly lit up. Very highly recommend coming and doing this if you're in Whistler.